So before I met you, a lot of my business success was due to like the grind, hustle. It's a numbers game. The more people that you talk to and the more networking that you do, the more results that you'll get, or the more, clients that you can build and the more leads. And it's not to say that none of that is true per se, but it didn't always produce like what I was looking for, or it might have, but I was also exhausted on the back end. So from just trying so hard to achieve, I still did the work I needed
Right.
to. It just wasn't forced, or it just felt lighter, so to speak. So from the time I met the client to the end, it was again very much green light flow. There was a couple times where I myself thought that we weren't going to move forward, or um that maybe something would take longer than it would have, but it didn't. And there was a few times throughout the process that came up. So yeah, everything was just smooth. It was probably the from when I met them to closing was probably 2 months, maybe 2.5. It was kind of like I was in that corridor and the green light flow, and I could feel that everything was so in the flow that it was almost like it's shocking. It's literally shocking. And other realtors were telling me like, wow, that never happens. Wow. The agent on the other side at the end said that everyone was happy on both sides, and it's so rare to see that, and it was so refreshing because it was very different than anything else before. So because of the flow, there was not a lot that I had to do business wise, as far as the hustle or the grind, so to speak. I did the work that was needed, but I feel like in terms of quantifying hours, I spent way more time spiritually doing my work on the inner portion than I did outwardly with like business or in the world or anything else. So yeah, in one deal, I did what most agents do in two or three. I've also seen that difference too, where I like to be helpful and giving, and some people will take advantage of that, but this wasn't like that at all. It was very respectful on both sides, and flexible, if you will. So that was very, very good to see. And I will say too, just to be transparent, I've had some fears come up after closing that, what will the next one, I want the next one to be just like this or better. And I think, well, what if it's not? Well, what if this? And so I just have to, continue doing my work and trust the process and trust the divine and myself. I would recommend for anyone, just because I feel like uh some I've seen other realtors or business women have great success, but I don't know. I guess it just applies to whatever situation you're in at the moment, whatever your journey is. So yeah, I would highly recommend